Good afternoon, and welcome to the Chester County Marketing Group On-Air Show, a bi-weekly internet show of 10 to 30 minutes in length in which we share our online business marketing and expertise with you so you can run a more streamlined small business marketing yourselves. I am Carla Wilson, owner of Wilson Media Services here in Chester County, and I'm joined by my colleague.
Good afternoon. My name is Jeff Tincher, owner of 610 Digital.
Excellent. Thanks, Jeff. We employ Google Plus Hangouts on Air for our show. So if you are watching our show via the Google Plus events page, please feel free to enter any questions or comments in the Q&A panel below the video player. If you're watching via YouTube, remember that there is a small little yellow graphic at the bottom of the video player that will help navigate you over to the Google page if you need to ask questions. And I'm monitoring the questions today because I'm doing most of the listening today. I'm going to be learning just like our viewers. So today's topic is the new feature in Facebook called Save, which I'm grateful to hear about because as Jeff and I were discussing just before we started the broadcast, how many times have we been searching our timelines in Facebook and our friends post, oh, that really cool non-toxic recipe for a weed killer, or a really yummy recipe, or a link to, you know, a special product, and what do you do? Like, what do you do to save that link? I know half the time, especially if it's a recipe, I'll say, okay, who posted that again? And then I literally have to go back to that person's page and then try and go back in their timeline to see when it was posted. So apparently there's a new feature that Facebook has that Jeff is going to introduce us to. So Jeff, take it away.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. And along the lines of what you were saying there, Carla, when you do that, I would just take screenshots on the phone.
Ah, right.
And the problem is if someone types too much and you have to scroll down, take a second screenshot. Now you get another one. Now you have to go back and remember that you actually did that. You know, so you're like, where was that recipe, or where was that really cool saying that someone posted or something? I want to go check that out. So yeah, Facebook has this thing that launched a couple in the past week or so called Save. I mean, pretty simple solution that probably could have been there years ago. However, it's been 2 years in the making. They had purchased and bought a company that was it's much like the competitor to Pocket, or it was part of Read It Later, I believe, from what I read. So this is a big thing that comes back, and we'll be able to. You can use it from the desktop. You can use it on your tablet or your mobile phone. I didn't have to upgrade my app to get the feature. It's just now a one-click little button on a person's newsfeed post, and I'll share my presentation here in a minute.
Oh, but fantastic. Okay.
It has a little down arrow. You can click on there. You could say either mute this post, hide this person, unfollow, block. Now it has, hey, save this link, save this media, save this music, save this event. So you can go back and find it later, and then there's a whole another section inside of your Facebook app that then stores all of these saved news posts of yours. So
nice.
Let's try to go ahead and share this so we can see what I'm talking about.
Alrighty.
I don't think I can share the whole like the actual slide share itself.
All right, your PowerPoint screen is up, so we can see that.
Okay.
Like it's full PowerPoint. It's not in slide mode, just so you know.
I don't know if I can do slide mode. Did that work? I don't think I can.
Okay, no worries.
So we just have to do this.
There you go. That'll work.
Yep, it does. And then I just go back.
Okay.
I need to find a better way of doing this. So here again, Facebook launches Save. Again, 2 years in the making. You can save links, places, media such as music, movies, links to movies, different things like that. Again, it works pretty simple inside of your phones or even on the desktop. Let's go to the next one. Here I took some actual screenshots. Hopefully you can see them okay. I took one of the Chester County Marketing Group's posts that says, hey, no time to read about Facebook's news Save feature. So basically we spoke about this yesterday when you posted that, Carla, and I wanted to then go in and save that just to get some screenshots. So the second one here in the middle is where I saved it. But since I'm a page manager it looks different than what it would look like on a normal end user's Facebook. So I wanted to show it again as another image here.
Can you stop there for just a
Yep.
moment? Because I think that some folks might not even realize that when there is a post that comes up, there's a little tiny gray arrow to the
I was
right,
just going to
and
say
that's
that, yeah.
how you access that. Because that's how you could also block, like if you have someone in your newsfeed that they just keep posting something you don't like, you can simply click that gray arrow to block them. There's a couple of options there. I just can't remember off the top of my head, but I figured some folks might not even realize that. So yeah, anytime there's a post, there's a little tiny green arrow. Oh, thanks. Good job, Jeff. And so that is where you will find this save feature. You will be able to locate this save feature when you locate a link or a piece of media that you want to save. Cool. All right.
Yep.
Sorry, I was interrupting you there.
It's right about there if they can see that where it popped up. I don't know.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, that is right. You can click that down, and then when you press that button, up pops this little window or additional pop-up that says save, how to save in Facebook plus updates to Facebook ads. So it's saving the name of the actual link, and in this case, it was a link out to YouTube for this Hangout that we're watching. I also went to Search Engine Lands in my newsfeed, and they had a post on there about top luxury brands as they spend $22 million on Google AdWords a year. I find that to be a lot of money to spend. But
yeah.
there's only just so many top luxury brands that do, and they throw a lot of money into ads to get people to buy their products and such. So I wanted to save that so I can go back and read it later. So I clicked the little down arrow, and I press save. If you didn't like the article, again, like we said before, you can click I don't want to see this, or hey, I'm so tired of seeing all these people's stuff in my newsfeed, I just want to unfollow them. Or for some people that don't know how to really get notified when a page updates, you could click turn on notifications if they're not already on. So here's a shameless plug. When you do this for the Chester County marketing groups, you know what I'm saying. When you see that, you put turn notifications on, and when we go and update, you will get a notification that we sent an update. See? That works. So if you have a Facebook page, it's good to do that, but you don't want to overdo it when it comes to telling your followers to do that. But that was just a shameless plug.
Okay. And so the screens we're looking at right now, the slide, these were screenshots off of your mobile phone?
Yeah, I took them off my mobile phone. So.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So it might look a little different from iPhone. This is an Android version of Facebook's app, but
right.
So the screen here on the left is where there's on Facebook app. There's the three lines, and basically it's to bring up the menu or the more pages that you can get to. When you click that button, is where you can go see your friends. You can see nearby friends, nearby places, and now they added a saved tab.
Okay.
So you click saved, and then on the screenshot here on the right, you're in your saved folder, and you can view all. You can do just the links you saved. If you saved a favorite place, like maybe someone went to a restaurant that they really liked, you could save that restaurant, or a venue or something. Maybe someone posted music, and you wanted to save the new song that's out there. Same thing with books, movies, and events. So if you know an event's coming up, you may want to, once you see it and you respond to it, and it goes by 3 days later in Facebook, it's gone. Like it's hard to go back and find, just like you said in the beginning. Gosh, that person posted that recipe. Now I have to go sift through all their old stuff to find it.
Yep.
Now you don't. Now you have it right here, and you can come in, and then for this, the one on the right here is my links. So there it is. Top luxury brands spend $22 million, and how to save in Facebook updates. I also had saved some previously. The automated tools to help local business tackle online marketing, and 8 effective targeting strategies for building Facebook page likes.
Okay.
Now I can go back and look at them. There was no really easy solution ahead before this to do this besides either sending yourself a link via email, writing it down, visiting the page, and then bookmarking it. This saves it all right here inside of Facebook. So that's basically the save feature that's just been out for a week or so.
Awesome. Hey, you know what? We had a question come in from one of our viewers. Thank you, Donna, for submitting the question. It says, I tested this on my personal Facebook page. I noticed not everyone has the save option in the drop-down list. do we need to do something in settings to have that option available to others?
It is. I noticed it's not for everybody's, like, unless it's a link. If it's someone's Facebook post itself, it's not going to save. So if it's just
if it's just there, someone saying I did so and so today, but it has to be a link.
It has to be a link. It has to be a place. It can't just be a text or an image that someone puts up there.
Okay.
So it's all about saving, mainly probably for pages and Facebook pages and that. Now, if that's happening for the pages, then possibly Facebook is just rolling this out slower than along the lines, and somehow I got it ahead of time, but I've seen it on 3 of my accounts, and I've seen it on many different accounts. So that should that would be it, because I do notice you cannot save, of course, friends' posts that they might say, hey, I had a great weekend, went to this restaurant, and didn't include a link. So if they do not include a link to the restaurant or a link to the hotel or a link to something, you won't be able to save it for later.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, Donna's also saying that her new Droid phone does not have the save category from the 3-line drop-down list.
You might have to save something first.
Oh, for that even to come up as an option. Got it.
Possibly, yeah.
Okay.
Possibly.
All right.
And then again, it maybe I may have upgraded the Facebook app within the past week and not known. My phone's set to automatically update, so therefore maybe there is a newer version out there, so check on that, Donna, as well, when it comes to upgrading that app. But if not, wait a little bit, and maybe they're rolling it out slowly. Again, I didn't see anything or read anything about that. I just thought it was a one and done type
for everyone
rollout.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't a huge change to much. It was just a nice, slight little
new feature. Yeah. And the other thing that you wanted to cover for us today was some changes to upcoming changes, or they already made them?
They're in progress right now when it comes to advertising. So we're switching from the end user now of using Facebook and saving to covering just a little bit here about Facebook ads for people that run managed pages. This just came out, and I have to go back, and I do manage some accounts for multiple clients when it comes to this, and we have one that strictly just targets on the newsfeed, on the right-hand column of the Facebook ads. They're not doing newsfeed advertisement. So previously, the original ad size was 100 by 72 pixels. It was a small little thumbnail. It was off to the left, and the text for your advertisement was on the right side of that, as you can kind of see in the ad here in the old versus the new. So the old was a small, like postage stamp size image, and there were up to 7 ads on that right column if you were viewing Facebook on a desktop or on a tablet, on a mobile device, unless you were using, going to www.facebook.com, you wouldn't see the ads on a mobile unless you went out to the actual website itself. So what they're doing is Facebook is going to make the images 3 times larger, and then limit the ads on the right-hand column to 2 instead of 7. And what they're doing for this is to try to increase more engagement, because they know that, even I know, is the right-hand column ads get a lot of impressions and very few click-through when it comes to advertising, because Facebook at that point, when there's so much to look at, you're looking at your friends' posts, the business posts, and then you see the ads over on the right-hand side. It's a lot of clutter. It's a lot of things for people to see. This cleans it up. It also brings into that visual and imagery that we always talk about, that everyone's got to go with images. So it's going to be a bigger image. It's going to be a 254 by 133 pixeled image, which is a lot larger. And it's going to mean that since there's only 2 ads now on a page, that you're going to get fewer impressions of an ad. But Facebook is saying, in their studies they've seen, is that you're going to actually get a higher engagement, because the images are bigger. You can instill that emotion through an image. It's very similar to an actual newsfeed ad that comes in a newsfeed that are sponsored posts and such and whatnot. However, now that they're changing this format, the big thing is that these right-hand column advertisements, the images, are going to be subject to what Facebook has is called the 20% text rule,
Ah,
excuse me, which means your image cannot contain 20% text. And that includes logos, that includes crazy fonts. They have a tool that reads it and understands it and knows what a font is and know what text is, so it is now subject to that 20% text rule. The old format's still working, the new has been rolled out. They're telling people to start changing to the new format because after starting September 1st, they will stop displaying the old ads, and so you'll just stop. So here are how things used to look, and on the left, where you can see there were 7 very small ones here, and then it highlights, and you can see they're a little bit bigger when it comes to the ads. And now the new format will take them and make it one big image with the headline, the text of the ad text, and call to actions that you put in there, and you can even add in those call to actions like page, order now, or I forget, there's 5 or 6 of them that you can call the call to action buttons that go in. They will show up here. They used to show up on the other ones, but again, the picture's smaller. You couldn't do a lot with it.
yeah.
And just some more imagery of how things will look. Again, it's a lot bigger. And as you're seeing in these photos, people aren't putting text on them.
Right.
So that's something that people have started to stay away from because you can't. You can't put more than 20% text. And there's one slide here next that's going to show they do have a grid type tool that's out there in certain places. I got this off of TabSite, but Facebook has this grid tool that you can upload your image in, and then you click on all the boxes that have text on it, and it'll come back and say, hey, you have more than 20% text.
Well, that's good, because you don't want to have your ad kicked out because it has more than 20% text, right?
And that's what'll happen. If you can put it in there, you could have you can have your ad run with all text on it. They'll take time to catch up, and then they'll cancel. They'll turn it off. They'll disapprove it or whatever. But it takes maybe a couple of hours. Maybe it takes a day. Because I did that inadvertently. I totally forgot. I had just, even if you boost a post, which is another form of advertising on Facebook, where you click the button and you say, I want to boost my Facebook page post up into it. Well, I run a soccer site for kids soccer, and it said register now. And register now was the entire length of the banner, and it was on top of grass, and a soccer ball was on the right side.
Oh.
I didn't even think about it because it's such a small image. I didn't even really realize I did it, and I'm like, why was this ad denied? I'm like, oh, that's right. It's all text. So I didn't even realize it at the time because I just boosted the post. So that's when it comes to that. But this article, we'll have to share this link out because it was kind of interesting. When you're putting your image into this grid tool here to figure out the 20%, and this is not just for the right-hand column, it is also for your news feed as well, because they both are subject to that 20% rule. If there's even a portion of a letter in another chunk of the grid, another box of the grid, they count that entire grid as filled. So It's hard to see this here, but I don't know if I can zoom in. Did I kind of zoom in some here?
Yes, you did. Yes.
I'm going to zoom in even more. So this bottom left one, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 boxes. Well, this last box here in the lower right has basically half of the letter S in it. Well, the whole box is considered text.
I see what you're saying now.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. The top left box, it's called ebook guide to. Well, the top maybe pixel of the E and the top of the letter B are in there. That whole box.
Wow.
So this article on tabsite.com goes in to say, hey, all you have to do is move the text on your image to fit into less boxes, and you can also then go back and say, hey, now I'm in the 20% rule. For instance, ebook guide to timeline contests, and this was 44%. This now says ebook timeline contest guide go. It has actually more words, and it's 20% text because of how they got the text to be in each of the boxes perfectly fit in. So it's a timely way to do it. But if you have to do it because you need text on your ad, then you do that. But,
got it. Yeah, that was a really good example. That's a really good example of that.
So
awesome. Okay.
That's about it.
Okay, fabulous. Well, I wanted to remind our viewers that our Chester County Marketing Group in-person meetings are on summer vacation until September. We are going to be advertising when our fall meetings are going to be happening, and Jeff and I have agreed that we're going to pick one consistent day, so then it'll be easy for everybody to put that on their schedule so they can make it to our meetings. And we thank you very much for watching this episode of the Chester County Marketing Group On Air show. Look for our next show 2 weeks from today on August, let me see, today's the 24th, so it'll be August 7th. Thank you for the heads up on that. August 7th will be our next episode, and we will look forward to seeing you then. So
I just wanted to put in, did you tell them where they could watch the old episodes?
I did not, but thank you for the heads up on that.
chescomarketing.com/on-air. And I just went back yesterday and went through and put some different ones up into the playlist, so you should see some of the more recent ones that we've done, talking about email list segmentation. We did one about contracts and proposals with Keeley, and a couple other ones that are really good. Editorial calendars with Corrine Sona, so go back and watch the ones that we've recorded and at your leisure, or over lunch, just like this kind of was at the end of lunch. So
yeah, there you go. Shameless plug. Well, not so shameless. We would love people to watch our shows.
Blunt plug.
Yeah, well, blunt plug. Now they know. So
good.
Everybody, again, thank you. This show is produced by me, Carla Wilson, owner of Wilson Media Services, and my colleague Jeff Tincher of 610 Digital. We appreciate you watching and tuning in, and we will see you on our next episode. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.